Today is the 24th of January, 2010. We are at the terrace at Beverwick, 41 Beverwick Lane in Slingerlands, New York. My name is Wayne Clark. I'm with the State Military Museum and Veterans Research Center in Saratoga Springs, New York. Sir, for the record, would you please state your full name and your date and place of birth, please?
Jerry. You want the initial?
Yep.
Jerry DeLuca.
All right. And your date and place of birth?
10/8/24.
Okay.
And born in Hoosick Falls, New York.
All right. Did you attend school in Hoosick Falls?
I graduated out of the Hoosick Falls.
And what year did you graduate? Approximately, what did you graduate during the war?
Yes.
All right. Do you remember where you were when you heard about the attack on Pearl Harbor?
Working.
You were working at the time?
I worked in the post office.
Okay. And after the attack on Pearl Harbor, did you continue working or did you go into the service right away?
I went into service.
All right. And well, actually, according to this, you went into the service before Pearl Harbor, January 1939?
That's possible because we went down to Albany this morning.
Okay.
Or one day, someplace in Albany.
Okay. Do you remember, were you drafted or did you enlist?
I don't know.
Huh?
Drafted.
You were drafted, okay. And where did they send you for basic training?
Camp Joy? No. Down in Florida.
In Florida? For basic? And was that your first time away from home?
Yes.
And what was basic training like down in Florida?
It wasn't good. It was hot.
Was it?
We moved around quite a bit, trying to make up some good time. But you learn to get to know older men.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was very good to us, our group.
Once you completed basic training, did they send you on to any sort of school?
No?
Okay. You completed basic training and,
Fort Camp Johnson and Fort Johnson.
oh, all right, whereabouts was that?
That's in Florida.
Okay. And once you completed your basic training, where did you go next after basic?
Went overseas.
You went overseas right away?
Right away.
And did you go over as a replacement or were you with a division?
I went over as a replacement,
Yeah, all right.
to my knowledge.
And how did you go across? Did you go across by ship?
Train.
Well, from the States to Europe. Did you travel to Europe by? Oh, I'm sorry. You were in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So you went by ship from the West Coast.
Yeah. I really don't know what it's.
All right. And did you land in Hawaii first?
No.
You went directly to the Philippines?
Yeah.
And what division were you with?
That's
30th Division? And you were with the anti-tank company?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. What was it like in the Philippines?
Oh, it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to know about it particularly?
Did you have any encounters with the Japanese?
No.
No direct contact with the enemy?
Only in that skirmish I told you about.
All right, for the camera, do you want to tell us about the skirmish?
Yeah,
Okay.
these are some of the guess whats, but
Okay. Do you recall anything about the skirmish? Okay. All right.
oh, I know it was.
Did you lose any of your friends that were with your unit?
One of the fellows was shot through the chest,
Mm-hmm.
and he was taken to the hospital
Did he die?
there. No,
Okay.
we checked, somehow somebody checked about a week or two back, they said he's doing fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was your living conditions like?
Everything was good as far as I'm
Were you living in tents or out in the open?
concerned. Tense.
In tents? All right. Any problems with any kind of tropical diseases like malaria or
Um,
dysentery? Nothing like that?
we were given the pills for
Oh, okay. For the malaria?
malaria, yeah.
Okay. All right. What about snakes, scorpions? Any problems with them, or
Never had any problem.
the land crabs or anything? No? All right. And you mentioned an incident. It says you were scared except when you were in the dugout with the Philippine girls?
I didn't say no.
Huh?
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't think I said it, no, because
Oh.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
It's just-
Somebody else must have
Yeah.
filled this out. Okay. Now, it says you received a citation
Yeah.
for saving a fellow soldier that had been shot.
Yeah.
Was that the guy you were just talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
He had us pinned down for a while. That's what happened.
The Japanese did?
He had us pinned down.
What did they have you pinned down with? Machine gun or rifle fire? Or?
We've known it fire. It looked to us like they were gun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call that?
Like a sniper? Or, let's see, it would have been a machine gun or artillery fire?
Artillery fire with the 25
Mm-hmm.
and 50s.
Okay.
He faxed us into that.
All right. How long were you in the Philippines? Were you there for the
No, I wasn't in the service, but it's gone 2 years or
yeah.
so. 2 or 3 years.
Okay, somebody must have made a mistake then filling this out, because they said you went in 1939 and got out in 46. But
Was that my school education?
let's see. Yeah, they made a mistake here, because you were born in 1924, and you wouldn't have been able to go in the service in 1939, and so you went in after you graduated from high school. Okay, and but do you recall what year you went into the service? Okay. Well, let's see. If you were born in 24th, you probably graduated in about 1942 or 43.
That's right.
So you probably went in the service then,
Yeah.
and you got out in 46.
Right.
All right. So, When you were over in the Philippines, did you see any USO shows or like Bob Hope or,
We didn't have much time, but
you know?
we wanted to so the night for tents up and places where we could stay.
Mm-hmm.
We were moving across, I guess they called for help on the other side.
Okay. Do you remember hearing about the dropping of the atomic bombs?
Yeah.
And when the war ended, was there a lot of celebration?
Yes. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so once the war ended, you were still overseas for quite a while, right?
Wait for our number.
Mm-hmm. All right. Once the war ended, what did they have you do over there? Were you doing details, or did you have nothing to do at that point?
We had some jobs, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How was the food?
Well, I'll tell you, food's always good.
Food was always good?
Yeah, always had enough of it.
Mm-hmm. Did you get any time off to go into town or places like Manila?
Yeah, we walked down streets.
Mm-hmm.
There's a president who owns a house down there, right on the main street.
Okay. President of the Philippines, you mean?
I don't know, I think it's president of the United States.
Okay. I know General MacArthur owned a home, I think in the Philippines there somewhere. Okay. Are there any experiences that you can recall that you'd like to talk about? Anything that you can remember?
Well, the things that bothered me the most
Mm-hmm.
when we were jumped upon by the enemy, they had fooled us by telling us that the Filipinos running from their town into where we were,
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Come on, quick, the Japanese are over there." And we said, "We can't just go now. We got to get shipped up, you know, for." We didn't tell them, but we had to get ready for some possible fighting here.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, "No, they don't have any guns." So we all piled up, and most of us. When we got up there, they started firing at us, and they popped right up out of theirs. And that was when,
That was when your friend got wounded?
yeah,
Okay. Did you get hit at all, or?
no. All I got hit was pebbles from the rice pads. And when he fell down on the rice pad.
Mm-hmm.
And he was dirty. His cap.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So then we had a couple another one experience the next night where the Japanese had, before we got there, they put up tents in this area, the valley in it,
Mm-hmm.
easy access and everything. So, I forget where I'm at now.
That was the second night after the incident where the fellow was hit?
Yeah. So we all picked up right there and got out of that area. Because the Japanese had these nice spots saved for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's next time that we left the area.
Okay. Any other incidents that you can recall?
Oh, there was some, we're gonna make a brook, or a bridge over a brook.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't know, we were guarding both ends of it, we didn't know where it had come from, just to keep ourselves. I'm a little vague on that, but
Okay.
that happened.
Did your unit ever capture any Japanese prisoners?
We had a couple people, on the road with, we asked them where they were going, they said, the war's over, the war's over. Oh, we don't know it's over, so we better get going, you know,
Mhm.
for your own sake.
Hmm. What did you think of the Japanese soldier as a fighting man? Were they good soldiers, do you think?
Yeah, they were serious.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really get much time to.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of your equipment? Was it adequate?
I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think the general, the group of us saw that.
And what kind of weapon did you carry?
Machine gun.
Oh, you
We
carried
had a big 25 clip, 30 clip.
you carried a machine gun. Was it a Thompson machine gun,
I can't tell you.
or was it like a BAR? Was it a big heavy gun?
No, it wasn't a big heavy gun, it set down.
Okay. You may have carried a grease gun.
Yeah.
You know, small machine gun was lighter weight than the Thompson. Okay. All right. And once, well, I'm going to ask you this: do you recall when President Roosevelt died?
Yeah.
Did it hit you pretty hard, or you didn't have time to think about
Actually,
it?
it didn't. I mean, he died in a high stature, and we just didn't have the time to. We were only over there a short time.
Okay. All right. Once you ended up going back to the States, obviously you went back home by ship.
Train.
Well, from the Philippines back to the States, you went by ship.
When we got out of camp,
Once you got discharged, you went home by train.
yeah.
All right. And did you make use of the GI Bill at all?
Yeah. I don't know, what was that $20 a week?
Oh, okay. That was part of the GI Bill package. They had what they called a 5220 club.
$52.20, yeah.
You got $20 a week for 52 weeks.
I always owed my father $20.
Okay. All right. And you eventually went to work for the post office?
Yeah.
Do you recall what year you started with the post office? Was it right after the war?
When was the war?
The war ended in 45. You were discharged in 46.
Well, then that doesn't be wrong, 43 or something.
Or I guess you were working for the post office before you went into the
Yeah,
service.
it
Okay. And you retired as a postmaster?
was 1989. So that's 89, yes.
Of what town?
Who's it for?
Hoosick Falls? All right. Did you join any veterans organizations?
We're in our VFW.
Okay. Any others like the Legion or just the
I
VFW?
had a Legion, and I had some savings deposits.
Okay. All right. Did you stay in contact with anyone you were in the service with?
No, really not.
Okay. So you probably didn't attend any kind of reunions or anything, did you?
No.
No? And how do you think your time in the service changed or affected your life?
Well, when I got to think about it, I just realized that I could have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was going on, I didn't pay much attention to follow orders.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any family members that were in the service?
Yeah, brother Tony, he died in 19, when he was 42 years old.
Okay, so he made it through the military.
Yeah,
Was he in the Army?
yeah, over in France.
Okay. Any other family members that were in the service?
My brother, my younger brother,
Mm-hmm.
he was in, they were, the wars that were going on there, they were in them.
Korean War? Or were they in during World War II?
No, man.
Okay, your younger brothers, did they go into service after the war, or were they in during the war?
They were in some of the war.
Okay. All right. And is there any other experiences or incidents you can recall that you'd like to mention?
Just, we were very lucky to get out of this,
Mm-hmm.
one skirmish out of the whole war. He was sitting in a hot pot there.
Okay. All right. All right, well, thank you for your interview.
Well, I don't hope they're sincere,
Okay.
and it's close to my memory.
Okay. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I won't be needing this anymore then.
No,